with Tovar Brothers. With your hosts, Joey and Nate.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bench. We are the Tovar Brothers. Joey here, joined, of course, by my brother Angel. How you doing, Angel?
Hello, good. I'm doing great.
Happy Friday.
TGIF, man.
And welcome to September. September 1st is here, 2023.
Every time you say September, one
Wake
song.
me
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
We are in September, and there will not be another Thursday without football, or another Sunday without football, or another Monday without football for quite a while. Thank God for that.
The football gods have now smiled upon us to have your gift back.
Yeah.
Our gift to you is back.
Yeah, you know what? I vowed to do this year. Music's done. Jeez. You know what I vowed to do this year is I always kind of take it for granted. Like week 3, like, okay, whatever.
Yep.
You get used to it real quick, and then it's over before you know it. And then you're in the long night again. You know?
The darkness comes.
The dark
Winter has
times.
come.
Yeah. I vow this year to enjoy football every week. Watch bad games. Watch bad teams.
You know those Sundays when, since we're from Los Angeles, sometimes we get random games. Like
Right.
Rams and I don't know, Tennessee.
That's so disrespectful.
And we're like, oh, I don't like either of these teams.
Yeah.
And it's the only game on my television.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pay for a Sunday ticket unless I go to your house because I'm not going to pay for it.
You mean when the Bucks visit the Cardinals?
Yeah.
And you got Dobbs versus
Bucks and
Trask
it's Bucks and Cardinals. You're like,
on a Thursday night.
Like, this is football. I know this is football. It says NFL on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, those are tough nights, but I vow this year to enjoy it. We are less than a week away from football. I hope you're excited.
Hey, cheers,
and I
man.
hope you're following everything. Yeah, let's hey, cheers to a good preseason.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 2 months now, I think.
It's flown by.
I think.
Been a blast.
It's been a good time. Thank you for all of you who have joined us along the journey so far. We've had a good time with all of you enjoying the preseason, and it's going to be so much better now as we enter the regular season. So whether you're listening on YouTube or Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, thank you so much. Please like the show.
Like it.
Share it with a friend.
Share
it. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe.
And thank you for that. And, as the season ramps up here, you're going to want to be following everything you can as far as not venues. It's a word that keeps coming to mind. Platforms.
There you go.
You're going to want to be following all those platforms to not miss a show so you can follow along the season with us. Also, follow the show, follow the league between the show on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Search @Benched Show, and a lot of cool stuff going up there. And we're ramping up those posts as well. We're getting up a lot of stuff. The season's here for us. We're ready to dig in and do the homework so that you can just open your Instagram and, I know exactly what's happening.
That happened. This happened. Yep.
Yep, so follow us there, and thank you for all that. I won't do the rest of it because, honestly, I'm sick of talking about asking people to follow us. If you like the show, follow us. Like the
Tell a friend.
subscribe to friend, yeah. Subscribe to friend. Subscribe to the channel.
Grab your friend's phone.
Grab
and
your
subscribe.
friend's phone. Yeah, do all that.
Yeah.
I just said I didn't want to do that, and here I am doing it again. What you got going on this weekend, Ange?
This weekend, I think we're going a little bit of a bar crawl on Saturday night.
Ooh, very nice. Here in LA?
Yep, in LA. I've done that in a while. Just go
Bar
out there.
crawl.
It might just turn into one.
Bar crawl to me was always like a movie thing. Like, is that real?
Well, we used to do it, but I feel like we're just gonna be like one. Like, it's 10:30. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
Because we're not as young as we used to be.
Yeah, bar crawl sounds exhausting.
Like, I have to prepare weeks for that.
I'd have to get a fat nap in the afternoon for that.
Yeah, you gotta build up some energy,
and then hit a couple Red Bulls before I go out.
Yep, and then maybe a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Espresso martini. That's the best of both worlds.
I'm headed out of town for the weekend. I'll be in San Diego, San Francisco, and then back in LA by
That's a lot of
Sunday
cities
night.
that aren't close to each other.
I'll be all over California for the next couple of days, but not missing the show Monday. I'll tell you that.
Nope. I mean, please don't.
No, I won't. I won't. Should be a pretty good time, and then next week we start getting ready for games.
Hey, this is the last weekend where we can do things like go 3 cities on a Saturday, on a Sunday, and not worry about what is it 10 a.m. yet, or set your rosters at 9.
Right.
The last weekend where
fantasy too. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, you wake up Sunday morning, you're like at 8:30 or 9. Like, all right, check one more time. You go to the bathroom. You sit on the toilet for like 30 minutes, just looking at your teams.
Right.
Maybe send some last minute trade offers. See a waiver claim came in.
Speaking of fantasy, thank you so much for all of you who listened to our last show, the fantasy show where we shared our top 10
fantasy favorites
of our fantasy favorites, guys we love, guys we think will well outperform their ADP. And that was fun to share. We're going to keep sharing all those on social media just so they're out there. And good luck on your drafts this weekend. A lot of you are going to be doing your drafts. Good luck. Hey, shoot us your squad. We'll do a free review of your squad. Maybe we'll review it on the show. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah.
You always love sharing your fantasy team, right?
Yeah.
We'll actually care. I feel like most people who show me their fantasy team, I'm just like,
I'm not even lying.
Don't care.
I had a listener who listened to our show send me their team like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what do you think? And they picked Zay Flowers.
Screw it. Pull it out right now.
Okay, sure.
I don't know who you are, but because you did that, and I love that so much, we're gonna go for that.
He knows exactly who he is too. So when he hears this, he's gonna be
shout him out.
Gerald Hicks.
At Gerald Hicks, thank you so much, buddy.
G Hicks.
That's actually a good buddy of ours, Gerald Hicks. Congratulations on expecting your second baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to you. Go Chargers. Go Chargers.
This is how you know he listens to the show.
Yeah.
He named his team Say My Name, Say My Name.
Love it already.
He drafted Justin Herbert.
Yes.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
And Zay Flowers.
Wow.
That's exactly who we said.
Hey, good for you, man.
Yeah. And he did the zero RB. His wideouts are Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Moore, Travis Kelce, Brandon Ayuk, and
I love those receivers.
Yeah,
who are his running backs?
Travis Etienne. So he might have a little high, maybe that third round.
Go grab Bigsby if he's there.
And Brian Robinson.
I don't like Brian Robinson, but
this is part of the
you got to go find. You're going for upside.
I mean, Kelce. His wideouts are Kelce, Flowers, Lockett, Ayuk.
I mean, to have Kelce down
and
there.
DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
to have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Kelce on the same team is fantastic.
Yes. So
and then Herbert, we love him.
Yeah, like the team. Send us DM us.
We would love to review your team. Send us your start. Send us your whole roster. That's fine. We'll focus on your starters, but we'll take a look at your bench players there. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mr. Gerald. And we got a lot of news to get into. So let's jump into it. I'll start here on my Twitter's Sphere chat thing because I have it kind of split up here.
Hot this time of year.
We're going to start negative, and I hate that we're going to do that, but we're going to make fun of the Patriots a little bit. We're not going to make fun of them. We're going to humanize Bill Belichick. That's what we're going to do because Bill Belichick for a lot of years, and as he should be, he's the GOAT. Him and Andy Reid.
I'd pit him over Andy Reid.
And he's probably still Belichick.
Yeah.
But yet, something he has not been good at for the last 10 years is drafting.
Specifically, I could think of wideouts. He's never been good. But overall drafting,
So from a GM standpoint, he has not gotten the job done. Listen to this right here. Belichick hasn't drafted a non-alternate Pro Bowl skill position player since 2013, 10 years ago. So basically, someone who didn't get in because someone else dropped out.
AKA the Matt Slater rule.
Right.
Matt Slater.
I think so.
Yeah. Slater.
Yeah, so someone who wasn't just outright selected to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, he hasn't besides Brady.
Yeah.
A skill position player since 2013, 10 years. That was Jamie Collins. Very, very long time ago. Let me share with you here since 2012, the first 3 rounds. There's not a lot of picks, but here are the picks. Here are the people he has taken. Bill Belichick has taken. Bill Belichick, the GM here. Okay?
I love Belichick.
The best coach. Maybe not the best GM. I'll let you decide.
2 different positions there. Way different. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so here's his here's basically 10 years of first, second, and third round picks.
Okay.
Cole Strange.
He's solid.
Okay. Hasn't got no. These guys. The jury's still out. These are the most recent.
Jury's still out. Yeah.
Cole Strange, Tyquan Thornton. We'll see. Mac Jones. We'll see. We don't know. Okay. Before that, Devin Asai.
Tight end.
No second contract. Dalton Keene.
I don't even know the hell.
No second contract. N'Keal Harry.
Oh.
No second contract.
Classic.
Damian Harris. Okay player, but still wasn't on the team for longer than his first contract. And I'll shoot these other ones. Yodny Castus. Isaiah Wynn. Sony Michel. Joe Tooney. He's good. Excuse me. Jacoby Brissett. Backup. Jimmy Garoppolo. Backup. Aaron Dobson. Also, no second contract. None of those players I read received a second contract.
With the Patriots. I think Jimmy G's probably the best out of those.
Jimmy G, I think Joe Tooney's really good.
Tooney and Jimmy G probably the headline.
And I think...
But there are some lows in that.
Brissett's pretty underrated. But yeah.
There's some lows.
The point is, I was pretty surprised to see that Belichick's really struggled to draft well.
You know what's crazy? Even though he doesn't draft well, his team's always still relevant.
Yeah, I think because he's a great coach.
Yeah, just a good coach.
So imagine if he drafted good talent and didn't have to teach the subpar talent all the time.
Maybe he needs, hey, Bill, we're going to get you a GM. We're going to help someone out with the draft process.
I'm sure he would love that.
But you're not taking away anything from Bill
You're
Belichick.
not.
He takes
You're really not.
Yeah.
Speaking of GMs, Jets GM, Joe Douglas, you see this?
What?
It's kind of funny. Reveals that there are 5 to 6 times a day where he sits in his office in disbelief that the Jets have Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback.
Okay, get over it, dude.
I mean, I get that you're happy about it. It's kind of weird to say.
Just like chill.
I mean, keep this inside. It's cool that you're grateful. Gratitude is, I believe, a very important thing in life and all those good things. But
a lot of,
I don't know.
I mean, look, it's very nice he came. It's very great for the Jets fan base, Jets team. Aaron Rodgers came to town. But just shut up about it.
Yeah, he's on your team. You don't need to kiss his ass.
This is that classic, like, act like you've been there before. They've never been there where they have good quarterbacks, so they just don't know how to act. Like, I pitch myself that every time with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're being more harsh tonight. I thought it was more funny than.
I mean, it's funny. It's just like chill.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Bears are placing, and this is kind of jumping around here, but Bears are placing guard Tevin Jenkins on IR, and I mentioned that because that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we talked about it with what's his name, Danny.
Right.
Yeah.
Danny mentioned that Tevin's probably gonna be hurt, probably gonna miss some time here. He's actually going. Oh, sorry, I bit my tongue. He's actually gonna go on IR, and I believe that means he'll miss the first 4 weeks of the season. Not ideal.
No, especially when you're trying to get out to a hot start.
Yeah.
Green Bay week 1, that's a good defensive line, good defensive front. You need all the help you can get.
Early in the offseason, I actually chose Tevin Jenkins as a breakout player. I thought
he still very well can. Just be later.
He'll miss 4 weeks.
Yeah.
This was kind of, speaking of petty, 49ers Hall of Famer quarterback Joe Montana.
The former GOAT.
So Joe Montana is one of those guys who, it's kind of like Julius Irving. I didn't grow up watching Julius Irving. Julius Irving. I'll just take your word that he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Never seen him play.
Honestly, Will Chamberlain, I'll take your word that he was great.
Yeah. And the problem with a lot of these guys is that when I actually go to YouTube and turn on some of their highlights, I'm like, oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you didn't tell me, everyone. There wasn't a guy in the court taller than 6'8", and
a lot of plumbers
guys were plumbers in the offseason, right? And smoking a cigar at halftime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like cigarettes at halftime. Yeah. But anyways, Joe Montana says that Tom Brady is not the GOAT, but in fact, Dolphins quarterback Dan Marino is.
Sure, buddy.
I'll read this real fast. But he says, this is a quote, "Put Marino into today's game where he gets a free release and his receivers, holy cow, weren't very big. Now these guys are 6'4", 6'5". I think Marino is probably one of the most unsung heroes of the game. Blah, 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 BS.
If we change everything about history, everything about the NFL, Marino's the best. That's it. That's all we got to do.
Yeah.
If Brady was never born, if Marino was born 20 years later.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an opinion, so I guess whatever.
But
it's such like an indefensible, like, imagination take. Like, imagine if everything was different. I think this would happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
If Marino was born 20 years ago, he'd be the great. He'd be the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't, and he's not.
Yeah, it's just
he's been weird with Brady since Brady passed him up.
A lot of guys have been weird with Brady.
I think these quarterbacks,
Brady's the real GOAT.
Yeah, it's like they're insecure because Brady's actually that guy.
It's funny how this happens in a lot of sports because the basketball guys do the same thing.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen still thinks he's the greatest to ever play in the NBA.
I think he's better than Michael Jordan.
Better than Jordan.
According to Pippen, yeah. It's crazy.
It's just okay.
It's just these guys have been.
My personal take on it is that athletes today would destroy athletics back in the day. Like, it's just a different athlete today. It's different guys. They're starting younger. Medicine has evolved. Training has evolved. Body, awareness and healthcare has evolved. It's not even the thing. Jordan Davis is 340 and ran a 4 or a 5 something 4. Like, come on.
He was saying, free release. But listen, that first off, if you're arguing hypotheticals, you could say, well, if Brady was in back there, he'd be the greatest. There's no.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Dan. If you put, name a receiver today, the one of the best. Put Justin Jefferson back there with those athletes. He doesn't need a free release. No. He's running right around him.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff. And I'm gonna get off Twitter because of it. It's making me mad.
I think we're just defending Brady because Brady's the GOAT that we saw.
Brady's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. 7 championships. What? Montana has 5, 4. What is it?
5.
Either way, less than Brady. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Speaking of the Niners, let's get to some current news here. When asked about trading Nick Bosa, the GM, John Lynch, says simply no.
No.
Kyle Shanahan says he hopes for a new contract and the situation to be resolved soon and the holdout to be over soon.
But you know why he said that, right?
It's nearly week 1.
Why he hasn't answered that question about being traded?
What's that?
There was a guy on Reddit who called the Christian McCaffrey trade prior to that. And it was the same guy who said, there's an AFC team who's cleared up all his cap space and is about to trade for Joey Bosa, but we'll give him whatever he wants.
What if it happens?
You know what team we just talked about? The Cleveland Browns at $37 million.
Are they going to go get Chris Jones and Nick Bosa?
If they get Bosa and Myles Garrett,
that's crazy.
But anyway, don't trade Bosa.
Yeah, sign the man. You will piss off your fan base. I'll tell you that.
Why would
sign the guy?
Yeah, sign him.
I don't care how talented that D-line is. You need Nick Bosa.
Yeah,
he's the unquestioned star of your team.
Yeah.
Moving on here, the Chiefs GM. Speaking of Chris Jones, Brett Leach says that he's hopeful that Jones will play in their season opener versus the Lions, which is just, at the time of this tweet, 8 days away, now 6 days away. Veach mentioned that there has been increased communication on an extension over the past couple days. So, a lot to take away there. What I kind of want to take away is, making sure I don't miss anything, what I want to take away is that there's been increased communication because Andy Reid a couple weeks ago said there had been no communication.
Yeah.
So,
some of these players.
Does the contract get done? Is he playing in 6 days?
Yeah. He's Chris Jones. He'll just play third downs until he gets in shape. Yeah. And I feel like some of these players, what happens is that they get close to the season, like, oh, crap, I kind of want to play. Yeah. Maybe they kind of give into the, which, hurt their contract, but they want to play.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Whoa!
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Thank you, Will. We got some breaking news here, and it is breaking news, and I don't want to cheapen that button. I haven't pushed it in a while, so I wanted to push it as well. But let me just get to the breaking news here. This is Ari Merov.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who he works for. He works for himself. Anyways, he says the contract extensions between the Buccaneers and wide receiver Mike Evans have produced no progress, and they are now at an impasse. Evans is in his final year of his contract, and this season could now be his last in Tampa Bay. So they failed to reach an extension. I believe now this makes him a trade candidate because the Bucs don't need to win.
No.
And at very best, it's his last season in Tampa Bay. Let me say this so that Buffalo can hear me.
Nation.
All of those. Let me reach across the what's it? The purple waves of grain.
Purple waves of plains.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the purple plains in majesty.
Yeah.
Let me reach across that into Buffalo and implore you to go trade for Mike Evans. I've always thought Mike Evans on the Bills would be fantastic.
I can't imagine it'd be worth higher than a fourth.
He'd be so cheap. He'd be cheap.
Just get him for 1 year.
It's a 1 year, yeah.
Yeah.
And he probably, at this point, he wants to win championships. He probably stays with you for a decent price.
Well, he's won a championship, so he's probably maybe he's trying to get paid.
Think so?
But
I guess everyone's trying to get paid in a sense, but yeah.
I would go to Buffalo.
I've always wanted to see him in Buffalo. I guess the Chiefs have an opening as well.
Chiefs are opening, yeah. Yeah, this makes him a prime trade candidate for sure. Like if they're
absolutely
3 wins by the middle of the season, maybe we should trade.
I guarantee you this: Evans does not want to be running 40-yard goes over and over again, and just having Kyle Trask underthrow him by 35 yards.
Damn it!
I'm tired, man.
I'm Mike Evans. Give me the ball.
Let me ask you this, Mike Evans.
Lady.
That's the wrong button. Damn it.
Do you have fire in your gut?
Do you have fire in your gut, Mike Evans? Because if you did,
we have to talk about this.
For those of you who don't know, that is a drop from. Should I play the whole thing?
Yeah.
Let me play the whole thing.
The people need to hear this if they haven't heard
it.
Wait,
give me a second. I'm not that good at this yet.
Let me set it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So every team has these promo videos where they put out on their Twitter, Instagram, where it's like their head coach or somebody like team captain hyping up, talking up their team. And this year the Cardinals don't have anyone left, so they just got their head coach to go out there. Hey, go get 5 minutes. We'll put it on our Instagram.
Okay, so this is Jonathan Gannon addressing the team, leading them into battle.
Yeah,
into week 1.
This is their war cry.
And I want you to envision here's Jonathan Gannon up there in a black hoodie and some shorts, kind of casual looking, super serious, awkward face. Like, why are you this intense?
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
Everyone knows we might win 3 games this year.
We've traded everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, addressing the team. And then I also want you to picture Buda Baker with just a pissed off look on his face.
It's like, what the
James
hell?
Conner with a what the hell look on his face. Just watching this guy fail
Play this.
at pumping him up. Here's Jonathan Gannon.
Welcome back. Who drove over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus?
Oof.
Ooh, get him.
Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast.
Hell yeah, I better light that fire.
Light it up, bitch. What in the what? Hey, you got fire in your gut? Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. You got fire in your gut?
If you haven't seen it, please go look it up on Twitter because you need to see the faces of the players as they listen to this nonsense.
As a body language guy, he is horrible.
Yeah, he's rough, man. He's an awkward guy. He's an awkward communicator. He's a brilliant coach. He's an awkward communicator.
I don't know if that'll work,
It's not going to work.
and he will get fired.
Here's the thing about that kind of coaching, that super cheesy type of coaching, because admittedly, Sirianni's similar.
Nick
where he
Sirianni?
says- yeah, Nick Sirianni.
Head coach.
He says a lot of these kind of like Hallmark cardy type things.
Yeah.
You have to win if you do this.
Yeah.
They are not going to be sitting there at 2-8. You know, Ertz is gone, traded. Hollywood Brown's been traded. James Conner's been traded. Buda Baker's been traded. And there is sitting Joshua Dobbs with Jonathan
running-
Ganner's face like, hey, did you take the bus here?
Hey, get a fire in your gut.
Hey, did you ride a bike here?
Get a fire in your gut.
Hey, did you take skateboard?
Get a fire
Hey.
in your gut.
Did your mom drop you off?
Get a fire in your gut.
Get a fucking fire in your gut, man. I don't know what he's
I gotta
doing.
get a shirt. Get a fire in your gut. It's just like
It's bad.
It's just,
It's bad.
You
It's
have
just,
fire in your gut?
do you have fire in your gut?
hey man.
But we will make fun of that all year. Probably.
Cardinal fans are in for a low. Low.
This is one of the worst you'll ever go through.
I mean, we've seen some bad teams.
Yeah.
We've seen 0-16 Lions.
This is one of the worst you'll ever go through. Absolutely.
Because when they're driving in, you know how they have posters of like their stars in the parking lot. Who's on the posters?
I would imagine Buda Baker's on the poster.
Okay.
I would imagine James Conner's on the poster. Marquise Brown?
You have to. Who else?
I think those are the guys because if you put anyone else up there, you would have a
Googling.
traffic issue because people would be stopping
Like who?
and like Googling who that is.
Who's Dobbs?
Who's Joshua?
Maybe
That's our starting quarterback.
Maybe Zach Ertz like screaming like.
Oh yeah, Zach Ertz. Yeah, for
Until
sure.
it gets traded, they have to replace him with like Trey McBride yelling.
Yeah, it's pretty rough stuff. You know what? I actually forgot about this. I want to cover something else here about while we're on the Cardinals. And listen, we're not piling on the Cardinals. They just got a lot going on to talk about right now.
Yeah.
And interesting story came out this week about the Cardinals and about the operation they had going on last year.
Oh yeah,
Listen to this. Report from Dolph Kleiman, his Twitter. He says ex-Cardinals coach Steve Wilkes has testified that the team gave him a burner phone to communicate with former GM Steve Keim during Keim's suspension by the NFL.
Keim, from what you hear about Keim that's coming out, you're kind of a sleazy dude.
Yeah, Keim reminds me of someone who would be a character on Tiger King.
No, on Last Chance U, he'd be like a head
That too,
coach.
that
yeah,
too.
he'd be one of those guys.
Or that high school that wasn't real.
BS High.
Yeah. He seems like he's maybe that kind of leader guy.
I just rubbed your toe with my toe.
Was that your toe?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good, man. It's Friday.
Yeah,
Keim seems like kind of a shady man.
the way he left Arizona, if you're reading that, it is shady.
Yeah,
And they fired a guy who looked,
strength coach and stuff like
they
that.
fired a guy who looked just like him for some that Keim did. Now this burner phones. I'm sure this is not the first time it's happened. Yeah, Belichick's probably done something similar.
Yeah.
But he's Belichick.
Yeah.
Not Keim.
Right.
This is weird. So another low. In case you're Arizona Cardinal fans, like, oh, how much lower can we
So
get?
I guess they're on the upswing right now. Then.
Yeah, there's
Because
nowhere you can
it
go
was
but up.
worse last year.
Nowhere you can go but up. Literally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go Cardinals.
Go Cardinals.
Go Big Red.
Go. No, I think not. They're not Go Birds. Go.
No, that's the Eagles.
I don't
That is the Eagles. Okay, over to Indianapolis. Colts GM Chris Ballard. Speaking of the another shit show there in Indianapolis.
You're not lying.
Ballard, he says I'm not going to sit here and give you some rosy picture like, oh, everything's okay.
Wait, why does he have an accent?
Because he has an accent.
In real life?
Chris Ballard, never heard him talk?
I have never once heard him talk.
I was on a roll there, and now I lost it. I'm just going to read the rest of the quote here. It sucks for the Colts. It sucks for Jonathan Taylor. It sucks for our fans. It just does. It's where we're at, and we've got to work through it. Other quotes have said that they believe that the relationship is reconcilable, that they believe it's repairable, all those good things. We'll see. It doesn't matter what they say. They actually both got to believe that. So we'll see if I almost said Stephen Taylor, if Jonathan Taylor wants to work it out, if he'll ever play another game in the white and blue in Indy.
This is awkward. It's weird.
Yeah, just shut up. Stop having this situation play out in the public eye.
Stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Everything that happens in-house doesn't have to be talked about in the media. Unless you're trying to use the media for a very specific, aimed purpose, which you're not at this point.
It's just it's you trying to save face with your fan base.
Yeah.
But I can't see that helping your relationship with Jonathan Taylor, which is what you're saying you're trying to repair.
And I promise you, nobody's siding with you. They're all going to side with Jonathan Taylor.
No. Yeah.
No one's going to side with the GM.
Yeah. Some Colts fans I'd rather have Chris Ballard
because they don't wear
Jonathan Taylor.
GM jerseys.
No.
They wear Jonathan Taylor jerseys. Their kids.
It's a good point.
Grew up watching Jonathan Taylor, not make a phone call.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Let's get some good news.
Yeah.
Here's some good news here.
Positivity.
Tight end TJ Hawkinson is signing a 4-year deal worth up to $68.5 million, an extension that resets the tight end market. The $17.125 million annual average is the highest ever by a tight end. There is a $42.5 million guarantee on this.
I think he's $2 million now over Kelsey, or $2.5 million over Kelsey.
So Kelsey is now not a top 3 tight end when it comes to pay per year. Would Kelsey hold out? He needs to.
This shouldn't happen.
If there's ever been anyone with leverage to hold out in their team,
they couldn't take Chris Jones
and Travis Kelsey.
They couldn't take Chris Jones and Travis Kelsey, but Kelsey needs to get.
He can go get paid right now if he wants to. I'm sure his team is talking about it.
Look, Hawkinson's nice. Happy he got the bag. That's great. But Kelsey's a different guy.
This is great for a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Especially now. I mean, you look at. I feel like there's a new wave of tight ends coming in now.
Yeah.
You think of Pitts a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think Hawkinson was kind of tip of the spear of that. But then this year, a loaded class at tight end.
Yep.
I'll try to name them real quick. Musgrave, Laporta, Dalton Kincaid, Mike Mayer. There's probably more, but those Musgrave, yeah. All those guys very good. They're going to be their contracts be up here in a couple years, probably 4 or 5 years. Some of them. But this is great for the tight end market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome for TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah. It kind of sucks if you're running back because you're like, even tight ends are getting paid.
Oh yeah.
Because every position, but the running back always sees an increase in pay.
Wow.
Dear parents, don't make your kid a running back. I know it's cool, but they do not get paid. They have one contract, their rookie contract, and they have to fight, scratch, and claw. Even if you're John Taylor, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs.
So what's the conversation like when TJ Hawkinson comes in with his new contract? Justin Jefferson, who's going to be the highest paid receiver
ever,
comes in with his new contract. Kirk Cousins joins the conversation and says, I'm going to get $35 million 1-year deals.
Maybe wearing some chains.
Yeah, for the rest of my career, for as long as I want to play.
Yep.
And then in steps Alexander Madison.
Hey, guys. Got my $2.5 million. That's pretty cool.
I was in the top 5 running backs paid this offseason.
It was awesome. This market is booming.
Yeah. The moral of the story, don't make your kid a running back.
Yeah. If your kid,
they're not getting paid. And, I mean, he made $2 million. So they're getting paid. I know.
It's a lot of money to regular folk.
Yeah, I would love $1 million to do anything.
Yes.
But
still, it's just like that. It's just such a pay. They should go on strike, all running backs.
Yeah, but I'll say it. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. They can't and they never will, because you know who's costing running backs their big contracts?
More running backs.
Other running backs who will do it for a small contract. That's the problem. So unless you're really going to unify here, and the guys in the bottom end who aren't ever going to get these big contracts want to strike with you because you're not making the big money, it's never going to happen.
Like those, for instance, those Duke Johnsons who bounce around for unless he wants to not have a chance to get a contract and not have a chance to feed his family or whatever.
Yeah, you think of Rashad Penny, who's still fighting for his first big contract.
Yeah.
He can't hold out a year. His career will be over.
A lot of people's career would be over.
Yeah.
It sucks, but hope it changes. I don't know how it would change. I hope it changes.
It's not. Let's take a quick break. No, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got
Oh, wow, okay.
here. Yeah. Go right by the break here. Not only did the Colts... oh, yeah, this is funny. Okay. So, speaking of Jonathan Taylor, back to Jonathan Taylor, I should say. We should have covered this before. The Colts apparently tried to trade him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I should have had this with other parts.
It's a huge deal about the deadline being Tuesday. Yeah.
Right. Big deal, deadline. Everyone was waiting. Mm-hmm. Is he going to go to the Dolphins? Is he going to go to the Bears? Or whoever this mystery team was? Ended up being the Packers.
Yeah.
Turns out those negotiations were fugazi. These were not real negotiations.
It's a who's, it's a wazi. It's a, yeah.
Yeah, it was a, yeah, he's available.
He's available.
Give me everything you have, and I'll certainly give them to you.
That's like Elon Musk being like, this test is available. Just give me like $4 trillion.
It's been reported that the Colts asked from the Miami Dolphins for Jalen Waddle as a start to the deal. Jalen Waddle, also throwing Christian Wilkins, all-pro D-tackle, and starting guard Robert Hunt. And on top of it all, you got a second-round pick, throw that in too.
Okay, let's pump the brakes.
I mean, just say you're not going to trade him. Just stop BSing everyone. Like, this is why Jonathan Taylor's pissed, because you're doing this crap.
Not a chance on God's green earth are you ever doing that trade. That is a get-you-fired trade.
Yeah.
Because not only do you need to... That's just dumb.
Yeah.
No wonder why Miami didn't want to do it.
So apparently the offers were Waddle in a second, Christian Wilkins in a second, or Robert Hunt in a second. I don't think you do any of those.
No.
You don't do any of those. And have to pay Jonathan Taylor after.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Hunt in a second, I guess, is the closest. He's a guard and most replaceable, but he's a starting guard. Those are a good one. It's hard to find.
I don't know. This is just a lot of bad GMing happening over there.
Yeah. In other news with this whole negotiation, the Dolphins and Packers were both willing to give running back Jonathan Taylor a contract that placed him among the highest paid running backs in the NFL entering this season. So, Dolphins, we knew.
The Packers is interesting.
Packers.
They have two good backs already.
Are they not happy with their backs?
They just paid Aaron Jones or extended him.
No,
I think
that was a couple
like
years ago now.
No. They extended him like last offseason, 2 years.
Yeah, but it was like a 2-year deal. This is last season.
And AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon's young, still on his rookie contract.
No, this is last year.
Yeah, of his rookie contract.
Right? Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing one of those guys would have gone back to Indy.
It was probably AJ Dillon for Jonathan Taylor in a deal.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see what they offered. And I think the reason teams weren't willing to offer these mega packages is because you had to pay the guy once you got him.
It's tough when you got to pay him.
It's just
like when you trade someone with a contract, you're like, okay, let's get our cap guy in here. Let's see how this works out. Let's rearrange some money. It was like, we got to negotiate and then trade and then sign. That's three things. It's not.
So you think of signing, trading away of like a high end pick. So there's a cheap player you'll have for 4 years.
Yep.
Trading away AJ Dillon, cheap player they could have this year.
Yep.
And all of a sudden you're not only giving away those cheap contracts, you got to get someone to replace that guy, and you have to pay AJ Dillon's replacement, Jonathan Taylor.
A lot of money.
Among the highest in the NFL.
In a position where it's not very smart to invest in that position.
Yeah. I feel like Chris Ballard just didn't want to accept that he didn't have every bit of leverage.
Honestly, I've been thinking about this all day.
Go for it.
You know what vibes I'm getting about Jonathan Taylor?
Huh.
You ever heard of this guy, Sean Alexander?
How so? Yes, I have, but
a really good year.
Uh-huh.
And then never did the same thing again.
Why? I mean, why would you say that about Jonathan Taylor?
Because he had the 1 year, 2020, I think.
He had a good rookie year.
He
had a solid year after that.
He had like a ton of yards 1 year. Last year's hurt. This year's hurt. I don't know.
Is he hurt this year?
Well, he's not
playing. Or does he have that Hawkinson injury?
He's minus 4 games right now, like already.
Yeah. So hurt or not, he's missing games.
Hurt or not, last 2 seasons he's missed at least 8 games.
Yeah.
Really good season. I don't know. Maybe too early. Maybe we're dead wrong. Get a little bit of Sean Alexander vibes.
I'm not very happy you put that out into the atmosphere.
I'm just saying
I think that was a low blow.
We've seen Todd Gurley be the very best, top of the mountain.
Yeah.
2 years later, he's not on a team. He's not in the league.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor's 24.
Yeah.
I think that's a little strong.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's just a theory. It's a theory.
Over to the LA Rams, and we're wrapping up news here. Wide receiver Cooper Kupp has suffered a setback in his recovery of his hamstring Per Sean McVay, they're calling him day-to-day for now. They're calling him day-to-day for now.
For now.
Might change tomorrow.
Might be week to week tomorrow.
McVay said it's a muscle strain of his hamstring. He, of course, is recovering from that ACL, so it's common to have hamstring issues.
Yeah.
But this is bad news for the Rams, who are already most likely going to have a rough season.
Their only thing going for them was the connection, the elite
Yeah.
connection between Stafford and Kupp.
Yeah. Can that carry you? Can everyone else play off that?
Can this Kobe Shaq combo
Right.
carry you to the promised land?
Carry a Van Jefferson as your two. A Skoranek.
You know what this sucks? Because, they use Kupp so much.
Yeah.
So you can't really say, this game you only get 4. No, he's going to get at least 12 targets a game.
He has to.
But he's going to have a bad hammy.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is, unless it's like a minor and they're just being really, really cautious, but they said a setback.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse than what we even.
Yeah, and he said day-to-day for now. Quick note, fantasy-wise here.
Yikes.
Do you want Skoranek?
No.
Do you want Tutu Atwell?
No.
Do you take a chance on Puka Nacua? Killed that.
I would just take.
Puka Nacua is a rookie receiver. Just for everyone listening, he's a rookie receiver out of Penn State?
A school. I don't know.
Where's he from? I don't know.
Okay.
I think Penn State. He's been impressive through camp. 6'2", 190, so good size.
Mm-hmm. I would
Back to the bench?
I would take a shot at him or Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
Just because someone's got to catch something over there.
So this has to be a boost to Higbee a little bit.
Higbee, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a boost. It has to be a boost to the running backs, right? Kyron Williams and Cam Akers.
Last year, Cam Akers thrived because there was no one on the field.
And that was in week 14.
Yeah, so they very much
playing week 1 yet.
Yeah.
And we're very close to where you were.
Kupp.
Yeah.
Get healthy, man. I love watching Kupp play.
I think this season is headed toward a dose of reality. Hey, it's time to rebuild. I know what you're trying to do, the retread thing. Unfortunately, this is probably how Aaron Donald is going out.
You hate to see that.
That sucks. Bobby Wagner got out of there. He didn't want to be any part of this.
You guys suck, dude.
So, rough. I have them picked to finish last. I know we're going to talk about that later, but
it's tough times in LA, but they got a championship out of it. This is just the product of going all in on a couple years. This is what happens.
You got a Super Bowl. So
it's worth it.
You're good to go.
You got a Super Bowl in that brand new, beautiful stadium.
Yeah. And McVay, you could go be one of the top paid
analysts
out there.
It's natural. After this
Not
year,
bad. Pretty solid 5 years.
Retire.
Yep.
Kupp, I don't know. Retire or just be traded.
Nah, you could stick around the league a little bit.
Donald retire.
I think he's 30? 29?
Donald, he's already threatened. Donald has already threatened to retire. Retire, dude.
Donald could play more, but he'll probably retire.
No one's going to ever judge you. You're one of the greatest D tackles I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and that Super Bowl was such a Aaron Donald thing.
To be so undersized at the position and just be so freaking dominant.
Yeah.
And then he's jacked.
That's what I'm saying. I hate when people call him undersized. It's okay, go tell him that to his face. That he's undersized.
Tell this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know it's undersized. He's not the typical size for a defensive.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're right. So we'll see what happens there. Kupp, day to day for now.
Good luck, Kupp.
Their first game, I believe, is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 9 days away.
So let's make it day to day. Hope that 9 days is enough.
Right. And last thing here, I want you to try to guess. Forbes just put out their list, as they do every year, of the team valuations.
Oh, I got it.
What each team is worth. You don't have to guess what they're worth, but can you give me the top 5 franchises? And these are franchises that are worth the most amount of money.
Okay.
From most expensive to least, 1 through 5. Can you?
The Cowboys.
Number 1, Cowboys, $9 billion.
Patriots.
The Patriots, number 2, at $7 billion.
Man, the Rams.
The Rams, wow, number 3 at $6.9 billion. That's impressive. 4 and 5 are both NFC teams.
Okay, I want to say Washington.
The Commanders?
Because they just sold for a lot of money.
Oh, gotcha. It is not the Commanders.
The New York teams, New York Giants.
The Giants are number 4 on the list at $6.8 billion, right behind the Rams. And the last team is an NFC North team, the Bears.
Really?
Chicago Bears, worth $6.3 billion.
Well, the classic team.
Yeah. There. That's always fun. That list is fun. You can check that out on Twitter, I think, at Forbes. On their account.
For all the faults of Jerry Jones, he has turned this into a tremendous moneymaker. This
money-making
owning
machine.
the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And also, he's tied himself so tightly to the Cowboys. You think Cowboys, you think Jerry Jones.
It's anonymous.
You don't think quarterbacks, you don't think running backs, you don't think Dallas, Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for you, Jerry. You once again, he's been on the top of this list for a very long time.
Yeah.
And good for you. We're going to take a quick break now. And when we get back, we're going to get into picking these divisions and talk about each division, all of them today. And should be fun.
Let's do it.
Be right back. Okay, we are back, and we're going to get into now the divisions. I can't believe it's already this time, where we have covered every team, went through the entire division, team by team.
Yep.
Divisions, team by team. If you want to go watch that, go check back in YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Those episodes are all there to see how exactly we feel about your team. We're now going to pick the divisions.
Yeah, boy.
So an off-season has passed, a training camp has passed, preseason is now over. On the doorstep of the 2023-2024 season, these are our picks for the division winners. Let's start in the home of the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. And let me say something real quick.
Surprise, surprise.
No, listen, okay. That's not fair. And that's what I was about to say. I'm the host of this show.
Yes.
And I'm an Eagle fan. My dog was under the bed the whole time, just walked out.
Welcome.
Hey, Milo.
Okay.
Don't mind me. I'm the host of this show, right? Been the host for 2 months now. It surprises me how little I bring up the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And I think it's just one of those things. I mean,
I just don't bring up the Eagles. So if I don't talk about it and you don't bring it up,
yeah,
just never gets brought up.
it's not right. They're the NFC champions. I need to bring it up more.
Let's talk about it.
Let's start with the Eagles now. We are in the NFC East. Let's pick this division. I'll let you start, and then I'll let you know if I agree with you or not. Good.
Okay.
Start at the bottom.
Okay.
Good.
Because I don't believe in the quarterback. The more Ron Rivera talks, the less I believe in him. The change in ownership might be changing GM. Commanders last.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. They don't have a quarterback. This league is run by quarterback, so last.
Does it change your mind if I tell you that they just got approved for a $400 million upgrade on their stadium?
No. Does that include improved players?
Okay, let's not move too fast to this because the Commanders, let's talk about them for a second.
Okay,
so I think I agree with you. They're last on my list as well. But I think this team is primed for now a young head coach with a vision and a new quarterback.
Riverboat Ron is gone after this.
Yeah, I think Ron, you got to let him go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the guy to lead your franchise into new, higher.
You know who I would want?
Ground.
If Bieniemy works out, make Bieniemy head coach.
I don't want Bieniemy. I think Bieniemy is a coordinator. I don't think his demeanor would work well as a head coach. I think we'd get Jonathan Gannon vibes.
Okay.
I think as a coordinator, though, he'd be great.
Well, there's a lot of yeah.
Yeah.
But either way,
I think if you bring a defensive coach in here, and a Bieniemy is your offensive coordinator, like who's the ex Broncos DC for the Vikings now. He works with the Evero.
No, he works for the Panthers.
Yeah, so maybe someone like that.
Yeah.
One of these solid disciples. One of these.
Vance Joseph, former head coach Broncos.
You don't want Vance Joseph.
He's my coordinator, so careful.
Yeah, you don't. Do you want Vance Joseph as the head coach?
Oh no. I'm sorry.
I'm saying the head. I'm saying a defensive head coach.
Oh, gotcha.
To lead this division, to lead this team into the next phase.
No.
They're not there yet. I think this year, I agree with you. They should finish last.
Yeah.
Who do you have finishing third in the NFC East?
The Giants. I think they take. It's not their fault. They take a step back.
Whose fault is it?
The division being very good at the top.
Fair.
Not their fault.
Yeah. I have the Giants as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of Giants fans, if you follow any Giants accounts, they are big in Daniel Jones. And great for you. You should love your quarterback.
Yeah.
Good on you.
He's.
I don't love your quarterback. I don't think he's very good. Just what I saw in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
It was just
The games that count. I mean, every game counts. In the playoffs, you better freaking win. And I'm not sure if I believe this guy go against all these other NFC quarterbacks.
Yeah. In his defense, he's interesting, though.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really get talked about, but he's one of these guys who was throwing to next to no one last year.
I think they had so many injuries. They were just throwing to whoever was.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Hurt.
Slayton.
Slayton's been like.
Sterling Shepard in and out.
Yeah.
Just never a true guy. Now, he gets the Blitnikoff winner, Jalen Hyatt, who, by the way, is wearing 13 now.
Kind of disrespectful.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I don't think OBJ was long enough to be a legend.
But when he threw 13 on the Giants.
Absolutely did.
It's OBJ. That's one catch.
They have Jalen Hyatt now.
Yeah.
They also have Darren Waller. Okay. And they, I think, upgraded their receiver behind Jalen Hyatt a little bit with, Paris Campbell, those kind of guys. I think they possibly could be on their way up. But yeah, I think the quarterback, again, is just going to limit this team.
Yeah.
Do you have something?
Oh, no, I just was on the next one.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
By one game. It's going to be into the last week.
I swear to God. Go ahead.
Third is Dallas versus Philly.
Okay, thank
By
you.
one game.
I swear.
It's very close.
That's fair. It is close.
It's very, very close.
It's always close.
Cowboys have a good team. They always have a good team.
They do.
They're going to be good.
Yeah.
Are
they better than last year?
They might be. Yes, they might be. Talent-wise, they've gained more talent.
I think their defense will be better. Their offense will be worse.
Losing Zeke is a big deal.
Kellen Moore is where my mind goes.
Yeah. Kellen Moore and Zeke. It's hard to find guys who will get touchdowns. You could depend on him goal line touch. He's going in, and Kellen Moore changed the offensive.
Over under 6 weeks, they let Big Mike call the plays.
Who do they have? They have Schottenheimer.
They're going to ask anyone else.
They have Schottenheimer, the old Seahawk guy who just ran the ball a billion times.
Yeah.
No, this is Mike's team because Mike's fighting for his job.
Yeah.
That's why he did this.
Yeah.
If I'm going down, I'm going to call the plays while I go down.
I have a sneaking suspicion.
And okay, before we praise Kyle Moore too much, do you remember the last play he called for the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, it was terrible. It was also the last play Zeke would have in a Cowboys uniform. It was pretty bad. But, to judge Kellen Moore on that play, come on.
Yeah. But Cowboys third.
Cowboys third, and Eagles first.
Philly's in their prime. They're in the prime, and they're young. They're not old.
Yeah.
Except for center and at D tackle. I'm thinking Fletcher Cox and Kelsey.
Yeah.
But besides that, that defense is young.
Yeah.
Youngish. And offensively, those guys are all in their prime. A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith.
Yeah.
Goddard. The running backs are all young. They're not a bunch of old washed up. And then Hurts he might get better this year. So
let's see how close this is. I want you to pick position group by position group. Ready?
Okay.
Quarterback.
I'll take Hurts.
So Eagles.
Eagles. Oh, sorry. Eagles.
Running backs.
Dallas.
Okay. Fullbacks. Just kidding. They don't matter.
Don't matter.
Wide receivers.
Philly.
Offensive line.
Philly.
Tight ends.
Philly.
So let's say Philly's a better offense.
Yeah.
Let's go to the defensive side. Defensive line. Stop.
Dallas.
Shut your mouth. Are you serious?
Micah Parsons is way better than any player on the Eagles.
Are you serious? Do we need to break out Hassan Reddick versus Micah Parsons numbers right now? I swear to you, break them out right now.
I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
No, I'll take Micah Parsons over.
You'll take the Dallas D line versus the Eagles D line.
Yes.
You're on crack cocaine.
Sorry.
You're on crack cocaine.
Okay.
You need to talk a little bit.
Okay.
I need to pull some stats.
I just think that Micah Parsons is just so much far and away better. Not far and away. He's better than most players on the Eagles' defensive line. Not saying they're bad.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
They're just not Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons as an impact player, as a sack guy, he does a lot for that team. I'm taking Micah Parsons on it. And then
so is he's good enough to elevate the entire unit over the Eagles unit. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
That's nonsense.
I'll take
That's
Micah Parsons.
Nonsense.
Micah Parsons.
I can't believe.
Micah Parsons, baby.
Who had more sacks last year, do you know?
It's going to be Reddick.
It's Reddick. Who had more tackles last year, do you know?
Is it Reddick?
It's Reddick.
Wait, are you saying Reddick is better than Micah Parsons?
I'm saying when you say something like Micah Parsons is far and away better than anyone on the Eagles defensive line, that is not an accurate
He is better
comment.
than anybody on the Eagles defensive line.
He is better. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure. I would say he's comparable to Hassan Reddick.
Okay.
So
we disagree here.
Okay, and then right, and then you take away those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter, Milton Williams, Josh Sweat had 12 sacks last year. Who else on that Dallas defensive line is getting 12 sacks? Do not tell me Lawrence, whatever his name is.
Lawrence.
Stop.
I think I'm just a big Parsons guy. I'm not going to pick against Parsons.
Let's move on. Linebacker.
Oh, Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, I would too. Cornerback.
Oh, my. This is tough.
This is very tough.
I
wouldn't argue either way. I'd pick the Eagles, but I would not argue the way. Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs is fantastic.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Eagles, and I get it.
These are 4 fantastic corners.
Yeah.
I think Bradbury is the weakest. That's why they're second to me. out of the four corners.
Okay.
Because Diggs takes the chances. That's why you get someone like Gilmore, who's a technician, Mr. Boring cornerback.
Yeah.
Good give and take. I like that combo better than the other one.
I would say Bradbury's better than Diggs, but Diggs gets more interceptions, so.
Turnovers matter, too. Yeah.
Okay. Safety, I take the Cowboys. Eagles turned over all their starting safeties last year.
Yeah.
So they're young.
Cowboys,
We'll see what happens there.
So,
So I guess it is close in your mind because Micah Parsons is better than 8 deep on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. The NFC West, if you will. Excuse me. I'll start with mine.
Okay.
Who I have 4 there. I have, and we all know, the Arizona Cardinals finishing last here.
maybe no wins.
Yeah, they might go winless.
Yeah. 0 wins.
They're that bad.
No W's.
Who do you have finishing 4th here?
Rams.
Yeah, me too. We won't get into that.
No.
They both suck.
No.
They're
Bad.
going to suck all year.
Bad.
Let's move into these top 2 teams are very interesting, though. Who do you have them finishing 2nd?
My heart says Seattle. Like, the inside, like, my heart,
But my body.
but my, we don't talk about that.
Sorry.
We don't talk about that.
Sorry.
It's a great song, but we don't talk about that. I'm going Seattle too. I don't
am
want
too.
to.
Yeah.
I don't want to. But 49ers are good. They're just good.
You know who's winning me over?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Brock Purdy's winning me over. I still don't think he's as good as everyone tells me he is, namely Niner fans.
But he's better than most.
But he's better than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is so confident and such a perfect fit for that system.
But let's say that it wouldn't surprise me if Seattle ends up number 1.
No.
They have the guys. They have the head coach. They've improved a lot of areas on their team.
A lot.
So
that offensive line's improved. That defense is very improved.
Very improved. And then
And they have so many weapons. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Those are gonna be great games.
yeah, this is a fun division. Just between Seattle and blanking out. San Fran.
San Fran, yeah. That should be really good. I'd also have San Fran picked to win the division. Let's move on here to the NFC North.
It's cold up here.
NFC North getting cold.
Yeah.
And let's start in the frozen tundra because the Packers are going to finish last in this division.
No, they're not.
Who do you have finishing last?
The Bears.
The Bears. I have the Bears finishing 4th. I think it's going to be close.
I think this is a very 10-7, 9-8, 8-9 kind of division.
It really is.
Yes.
Because this is the only division, I think, besides the AFC South, East, North. The AFC North is the same way.
Yeah.
Where the team I picked last would not surprise me if they win the division.
Yeah.
It's all because these quarterbacks, we don't know what to expect from Jordan Love, and we don't know what to expect from Justin Fields. But those 2 guys could definitely win the division.
When I say last, that could mean that they're 7-9.
Right.
Which is an improvement from last year.
Now, look at the NFC real quick. Do 3 of these teams make the playoffs?
I know people don't like the Vikings. They won by very close last year in most games, but they're number 1 still for me.
So we've talked to Packer fans. We've talked to Bears fans. We talked to Danny. They hate the Vikings.
I didn't realize this was a thing. I thought Kirk Cousins was a nice guy.
No one in that division likes the Vikings. Is it the fans?
It might be
Is it the skull thing?
the new stadium, and we're better than this. Your
Yeah.
dog is right here by me.
Just let him. He's part of the show.
No, it's gonna be because I think the Vikings probably lose. They won 13 games last year.
Yeah.
They probably go to 11 games this year, just because
A lot of them are close.
Just because the improvement of the other teams, but
Yeah.
they still win it.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I'm believing the Lions are next, 2nd.
Yeah.
So I'm going backwards for you.
Yeah.
Packers 3rd, Bears are 4th.
So I have Vikings, Lions, Bears, Packers. Not a lot to argue about. The moral of the story is this is going to be such a fun division to watch.
Probably the most fascinating.
Oh man, so many storylines, so many reasons to be optimistic, and yet so many reasons to be a little tentative about.
There's
your
a real
expectations.
situation where we come out of this next. We're in the next year. Fields and Jordan Love are one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
In the NFC for sure.
Yep.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, can Goff do it again?
Yeah. Can Goff do it again?
Can he do it
Can
again?
Cousins do it one more time?
Cousins do it one more time before he leaves.
Before he
Is the pressure going to get to him?
This is a fun one. Week 1 is Bears Green Bay. I will watch that.
That's a huge game. Let me ask you this: This is a very ESPN-y first take question, but that's a big game. And who's it bigger for?
The Bears.
The Bears. It's more important the Bears win that game than the Packers.
I think the Bears need to justify the hype in their minds.
Okay.
If they win by a lot
Yeah.
to a very well constructed Packers team, everything else besides Jordan Love, that team is offensive line's good, defense is good.
Right.
Wideouts are ascending. If they beat that team, we can be good.
Right.
We can be as good as we want to be. If they lose, it's more like maybe we about to hype too much. And then obviously on the other side, Green Bay, is Jordan Love good or not? Whatever.
Yeah, I would take the Packers here because, and I think Danny said the same thing, because if you're a Green Bay Packer quarterback, you win in Chicago.
Yep.
That's homecoming.
Yeah.
That's something. It's just you don't lose that game.
It's the big dance.
It's so. I just think there's so much pressure now, Jordan Love, to prove that he belongs, that he is next in line in this string of great quarterbacks. Although some of them went on to embezzle millions.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about allegedly.
Allegedly
that happened. Brett Favre.
According to every single report I've ever read ever.
But Brett Favre, great quarterback.
And legal documents.
Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on Jordan Love.
Yeah.
To start that next line and to start it in Chicago. Oh.
I'm already seeing if Packers win the headline of Green Bay. Love wins.
Love wins.
And then they go. This is in Chicago.
Yeah.
Then they go to Green Bay, and that headline, if they win again, Love wins again.
Their dream scenario is they go in there, Love just
lights it on fire.
Just lights the field on fire.
Just slinging it everywhere.
And Aaron Rodgers struggles in his first game against the Bills. Which could happen.
Good goose. I told you, dude.
Gunter's up there just lighting a fatty.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's cigars what did I fucking tell you?
Yeah. Jeez. Just an incredible division.
Fun division.
So much fun.
Can't wait to see it.
Honestly, this division is every reason why you love the NFL.
Yep.
So many storylines. Let's move on here to the final team of the NFC, then we'll take a break. The NFC South.
Fun times in the South.
To go from the NFC North to the NFC South is a bit of a drag. But a fun division. Who you have finishing last here? Maybe the team who really, really wants to finish last in the entire league?
I wish they weren't last. I like this team. But the Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers.
I think Baker Mayfield's a nice quarterback. Nice guy, good on commercials.
Like a nice person.
Nice person. I don't hate him.
He's not a good quarterback.
He is as average as you can get.
Maybe number one overall.
You had 2 number 1 overall picks in this division, by the way. You have Baker and Bryce Young. But either way.
Yeah.
They finished last.
I agree with you. I have the Bucs finishing last as well.
Panthers finished second to last. Third.
Okay. I have the Falcons here. So you have the Falcons beating out the Panthers. Who do you have finishing first?
Saints.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we both have the Saints.
It's the mature, grown-up team in the division. I'll pick them.
This is interesting. So you have the Falcons beating out the Panthers for second.
Yeah.
I have vice versa. Why do you have the Falcons over the Panthers?
I think the Falcons just have... They were not a bad team last year. And I think if Ritter's anything, they'll be a 9-10 win team. I mean, that's enough for second place in this. 8 might be enough for in this division. So it's not me saying they're a 13-win team. Just they're better than the rookie quarterback could be counted for a Ritter too. But I just like the Panthers more. I think they're more dynamic on offense, and I think that defense is underrated still.
Yeah, sorry, that's my dog just scratching himself.
Doesn't
that little
care.
jingle.
Doesn't care. No, but no, I'm taking the Falcons here. Second, and the Saints, the mature team. Derek Carr's better than anything that they had last year. The defense is still solid.
The Saints should be embarrassed if they lose this division. It is your division to lose.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. Milo. Sorry about that, everyone.
No, Okay.
I think the Saints is their division to lose. They're coming in. They should be favored. You should win. You have Derek Carr.
Yep.
You have Chris Olave. You have by far the best defense.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think the Panthers-Falcons is very interesting. I could see it going well for the Panthers. I see the road to a decent year.
Yeah.
I also see the road to a very bad year.
Yeah, because
the guys they brought in, Thielen, Chark, it's getting a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Those guys aren't very good.
Let's remember, 1 year ago, these guys are all nothing.
Yeah.
Before Hurst went to Cincinnati,
Yeah.
bust. Before Chark went to the Lions, bust.
Yeah.
Thielen last year just didn't play towards the end because hurt, and he wasn't that good.
Yeah, I don't want to. I know those guys got a lot of love this offseason.
Yeah.
Because they were there.
Yeah.
And they're just.
But the Falcons.
They're 3s, maybe 4s on good teams.
Comparatively to the Falcons.
Meaning they're the 3rd or 4th receiver you want in your team. Yeah.
The Falcons have Pitts, Drake.
I believe in Miles Sanders. I think he's good.
Yeah.
It's not like bringing Jonathan Taylor to your team.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that.
Yeah.
And so if I don't know, Miles Sanders is going to carry this team to God, am I about to switch my pick? The Falcons going to do better? It depends how fast Taylor Heineke gets in. So I think Taylor Heineke could definitely bring this team, to easily over the Panthers.
This Falcons defense is not bad, and the offense has one of the better offensive lines in the league. They have 2 good running backs
They
now.
put a lot of money into that. I'm switching my pick. Falcons 2.
Welcome.
Panthers over to the 3.
Okay.
That is the NFC and our picks for them. Their East Division. We have I think consensus, the Eagles, Niners, Vikings, and Saints. Mm-hmm. And let's go to the AFC after the quick break.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, guys? If you're in the LA area, I have a spot for you to check out. We are so excited to be partnered with 818 Brewing. They have an incredible tasting room where you can come, grab a drink, maybe some food, and catch your favorite team all season long. They have an incredible variety of beer, and there's always a buzz in that building. Go check out 818 Brewing, located at 8953 DeSoto Avenue in Canoga Park. We'll see you there. Okay, over to the AFC.
The fun one.
This is going to be a lot of fun. The AFC is stocked. Properly stocked.
Yep.
Let's get right into it here, and let's start with the AFC West.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I said it in a couple weeks ago when we did division by division.
Think logic.
There is no other division that the narrative is so different than it was just a year ago.
Completely flopped.
A year ago, every single one of these teams were a Super Bowl contender.
It was like, this is the best division of football.
Yeah. Now we have one front runner.
A little bit of humble pie. A little humble pie.
One front runner, yeah. One, we can see it happening. And 2, we'll get into that. Let's see if we agree on this. Who's last?
Raiders. I
100%, maybe 1,000,000% agree with you.
I think this is about to implode.
This is really bad. Yeah.
I
don't care that Josh Jacobs came back.
No. I don't trust Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? I trust Josh Jacobs. I trust Devontae Adams. I trust Max Crosby. I trust Colton Miller, their left tackle, underrated, UCLA. I trust Jimmy G to be okay, to lead a stacked team, which is what he's done before.
Or Aiden O'Connell, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't trust Josh McDaniels.
So this is purely Josh McDaniels.
Yes.
So shout out to our friends over at Tall Boys Sundays, the podcast. Go check them out.
Yeah.
We talked about the Raiders this week in a chat, and back and forth in the comments. And apparently in Raider Nation, they believe Jimmy G's not long for the starting job. Aiden O'Connell is the guy who will lead them to the promised land. I mean,
Jimmy G will get hurt.
Is this delusion?
Well, it's a little bit seen with a little bit of fanboy.
Yeah.
No, but Aiden O'Connell was very good in preseason.
He looked really good.
Very good. And Jimmy G's going to get hurt. Something's going to happen.
So who's your next team? Do it.
I'm sorry. The Broncos.
It's the Denver Broncos.
Not because of lack of trying. They try so hard.
They try so hard.
This is like a culture change they're going through. New head coach, got to get his guys, his system.
Yeah.
A lot of these older guys in older, systems that are still in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a transition year.
Some injuries already.
Yeah.
Patrick,
maybe
Judy.
500, little under it, somewhere around there.
So tell me this: why? The question is this then: why are the Broncos better than the Raiders? Why are they going to finish higher in the standings than the Raiders?
Because my heart says so.
Okay.
Strong. And I just like the head coach better than Josh McDaniels.
So coaching. So you think Peyton?
Coaching, and I think Sean Payton, we forget, he's one of the best play callers in the league. I think play calling is where he thrives. I'll take his play calling over Josh McDaniels. Even though they have very good weapons over there, we don't have anyone close to a Devontae Adams or a Josh Jacobs. Our defense is better than the Raiders' defense.
100%.
Yeah. So just a little better.
The defense is very good.
Yeah. Just not saying we're some 12-win team. We're just better than the Raiders. But I'm not saying we might be 500.
I think the Broncos were a version of the Jets last year.
Yeah.
Where the defense was so good.
Couldn't score any points.
And just could not score. Yeah. And I think it was more sad for the Broncos because the Jets weren't scoring with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
But the Broncos weren't scoring with Russell Wilson. And that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. So third.
You haven't finishing third. I would probably do third as well. And I was a little shaky on it a second ago. And then you reminded me of how good that defense is. And Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The defense alone has them well above the Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders finishing last. Who do you have finishing second?
It's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
LA Chargers.
The LA Chargers finished second.
Not upstart. Ascending.
Yeah.
Will reach another tier this year.
Yeah.
But you don't go against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
No. Yeah, the Chiefs will win this division, I think. What do you need to see from the – okay, here we are, going into the postseason. All right, fast forward a couple months. What do you need to have seen from Herbert and the Chargers to be confident in their playoff run?
That they're not – what drives me crazy about this team, they're pretty loosey-goosey with these fourth downs. I understand.
Okay. So right to Staley.
And those are crucial in every game.
Yeah.
That's field position. That's momentum. A lot of things. That's what I don't like about this team. I don't like the head coach. Brandon Staley's not a good head coach.
Yeah. Okay.
Talented team. But I think because the talent is so good, they're going to – and Kellen Moore, your boy, will help. Yeah. I think they're a good second-place team. They're a very good 12-win team. 11-win team. Somewhere around there.
Okay. So just smarter game management type things, just kind of the little things.
Tighten up a little bit, get more mature with everything else on the field. Yeah.
I am so excited to see Herbert. We obviously chose him as one of the guys to go for in fantasy. But now I think if they can stay healthy on the O-line, and it's kind of been the same thing, and stay healthy, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, now Quentin Johnson.
Khalil Mack was hurt last year. Bosa was hurt last year. Yeah.
Slater,
yeah.
This team could be so much fun.
J.C. Jackson coming back.
Yeah.
Good corner.
I mean, you see the potential of Super Bowl contender. That's not a stretch. You see that potential, but they haven't been able to put it together. We'll see.
I pumped to see these guys, though.
Very, very excited.
I'm a Bronco fan, and I'm pumped to see the Chargers.
Yeah, possibly Eckler's last or second to last
Probably
year there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs number 1.
They're
defending Super Bowl champions.
It might be in their dynasty. We might be in a dynasty. We are in the dynasty. We might be seeing. Yeah, it's just you don't go against this team. Yeah. On paper, like, well, we're Chris Jones. They're gonna be just fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that'll be a hit, but yes, they'll still.
Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the NFL, so we're fine. Yeah,
for sure. And Andy Reid's still the best coach in the NFL.
Yep,
currently. Cool. So that's the AFC West. We have the Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. Let's move over to the AFC North. Another very tough division. Let's start here at number 4. Who do you have?
This is a tough division.
It's very hard. I think number 4, there's only one choice.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns. I don't know.
Wow.
This is the only one I'm not confident in saying who's last. They're all second place to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers and Browns are going to hover around 500.
Steelers because they always do.
And Browns because they're going to be better than they were last year. Yeah. But question marks with that. There's a big question mark with Deshaun Watson. Let's not overlook this.
Yeah.
He was bad last year.
Yeah.
What if he never gets it back? What if he's bad this year?
Okay, so what is more likely? That Deshaun Watson never gets it back, or that Kenny Pickett never takes the next step as a quarterback? Like, which one's more likely? I should say it a different way. What's more likely to happen? Deshaun Watson getting back to form, or Kenny Pickett becoming the guy that Pittsburgh thinks he can be?
What's more likely?
What would you put your money on?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, me too.
Because I've seen it.
Yeah.
Like, we can say, oh, he was bad last year, but he's been good before.
Right. That's why I have the Browns above the Steelers.
Maybe I switch it. Yeah, Steelers last.
Steelers will be last. I don't know if 500. I think they could still finish above 500 just because they're that good. It's a good division.
Yeah.
I just think the Browns have an incredible roster.
Yep.
Very good roster. I think they're not done adding to it.
Yep.
But all the cap space they're clearing, and I think they're just going to be better. I think they're a dark horse to win the division. If they can hit right. Who do you have second? Excuse me.
The Bengals.
Really? Okay, so you're picking the Ravens to win a division and the Bengals to finish second.
I love this Ravens team. I don't know why. I love this Ravens team this year.
Do you?
And Lamar Jackson is back and healthy. A new look for the Ravens will give these teams a different look at Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He's still going to run for a lot of yards.
I got one. A Monkover.
A Monkover. Yep, a
like
Monkover.
That.
Yeah.
Because Monk in the new offense coordinator. Good.
I read you. Yeah, they're both going to be one game, much like the Cowboys, Eagles. 2 elite teams will be one game apart. Yeah. Either Ravens being one game better.
The Ravens are going to be really good this year.
People are sleeping on the Ravens.
They still have a good roster. They have their quarterback back.
They've added to the wideout room.
Mm-hmm.
You get hopefully Jacob Dobbins at a healthy year, at a healthy position.
That's a question mark though. The running back room, because you have J.K. Dobbins.
But end of the day, their best running back is still Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
and he's healthy, so it's gonna hurt. But they don't really need much for that offense to be good. And I like Zay Flowers a lot. I like OBJ being whatever he is, and Mark Andrews being second best tight end in the league.
Bateman back and healthy.
And the defense is always going to be good.
Just very good.
Rely on
a lot of high-end talent there.
Yeah.
Full offseason for Roquan Smith.
Yeah. But the Bengals also good.
I have the Bengals finishing first here.
Yeah.
I have the Bengals winning the division. I just think Joe Burrow is better than Lamar Jackson. I think Joe Burrow is just behind Patrick Mahomes. I love Joe Burrow. As a leader, as a quarterback, as a big game quarterback.
Which I can't say anything bad about the Bengals.
Yeah.
They're just good.
The only thing about the Bengals is that offensive line still sucks.
They added to it, but Al Collins is on the pup.
Yeah.
And they've kind of been doing this thing where, like, let's get these average or a little bit above average players and put them on the line and just make it work.
So I heard a stat earlier today where their offensive line was 30th in win rate last year. So they're getting beat.
There's 32 teams in the NFL.
32 teams. So
yeah.
There was only 2 teams worse than them.
Yeah.
When it came to winning a block, winning that matchup on a passing down,
which is a big deal.
When your quarterback's Joe Burrow and you're going to throw the ball a lot, it's not like they're going to give Mixon 25, 30 carries.
No.
And for that reason, I'm out. I'm moving the Ravens to the front. I think the Ravens take the division.
Ravens are good.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow, I don't know. This is tough. Oh, gosh,
it's tough. It's tough.
But
Burrow's very good.
Yeah. That's a huge question mark for me because the Ravens are solid. Every position group,
they're always solid.
Solid.
They draft phenomenally.
Yeah.
They're not. They got all the stuff done with Lamar Jackson. Now you just focus on being an elite quarterback, which he is.
Yeah.
Playoff time, we'll see what he turns into. Regular season, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, Ravens. The only question mark I can bring up is that running back room. But if you're going to have a question mark going into the season, have it at the running back room because you could figure that out.
Yeah.
A lot of parity there. A lot of talent available. A lot of talent on the street right now. Leonard Fournette's a free agent. Kareem Hunt's a free agent. You can go get a guy.
Yeah.
Let's move over now to the AFC East. Okay.
Let's do the South first.
Do South first?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's not finish on the South.
Yeah.
Yep, good call. Who do you have finishing last in the AFC South?
I hate to say it.
3 rookie quarterbacks starting here? 2.
The Colts.
I do too. They're just not good enough.
The vibes aren't good too.
Vibes are very bad.
It's a distraction right now.
Yeah.
This quarterback has not proven in college or anyway he's accurate. Wideouts haven't proven that they're elite. Pittman's good. Pierce is good. But they're just missing a few pieces. That the O-line is not as good as it used to be. Now no X-factor running back. You have a bunch of random backs. Defense lost Gilmore. Big deal. Right. They lost Ngakoue. Big deal. Shaq Leonard, supposed to be back, but still, last place. Not that they're not going to be – Eric's pulling it up, but they're just last place.
Yeah, not their year. Not their year. It's just a rebuild. It's a development year for Anthony Richardson. That's all this is.
Yep.
That's all this is.
We need to kill time until he's good.
Just develop this guy, Shane Steichen. I don't think he loses his job if they have a terrible year.
No.
If Irsay has expectations of anything higher than a
he might because he's
5 or 6
crazy.
win.
Yeah.
If he has expectations of anything higher than a 5 or 6 year, a 5 or 6 win team, then he's delusional.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you have finishing 4th?
The Texans.
I do too.
I think they're probably like 7-win team, 6-win team.
Really?
7-win the top, 6
I think
win.
they're better than that.
Well, either way, they're third.
I think they're really going to push the Titans though.
Huh.
I think they're really going to push the Titans. I think Titans have some holes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Texans have added so much talent, and I believe in D'Amico Ryans as a leader.
I just don't think they're there yet. They're just not there yet.
I mean, they're meaning like win a division or there to compete with the Titans.
To compete with the Vrabel Titans. Because as much as I love D'Amico Ryans, Vrabel's just a freaking good coach.
He's a good coach.
That defense is always good up front, scrappy, and offensively they'll find a way to make it work. They always do. They're always. Derrick Henry will lead the team. They have Hopkins. They have Tannehill will be passable. The offensive line is bad. It's bad.
Derrick Henry's in his 8th year. Can he carry this offense again?
He might do it one more time. I'm not picking the Texans over the Titans.
Yeah.
I like the Titans. I like Vrabel more than I like Ryans. I like Tannehill this year. I'm going to like Stroud this year.
Yeah.
Let me be clear with that.
Ooh, that's close for me.
Yeah.
That's close for me. I'm not a big Tannehill guy.
Well, they're a rookie quarterback versus a little average, above average quarterback. It's not really a dogfight for.
Yeah. Are the Texans any better with Tannehill on their team? I don't think so.
Probably the same.
Yeah.
But the head coach is a big deal to me.
Okay.
Vrabel's a good head coach.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The receivers in Houston are a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's looking up. They have young guys.
Yeah.
Mechie coming back.
Yeah. But game 1, you're throwing out Nico Collins, Robert Woods, and some other guy.
Noah Brown.
Yeah.
Not great.
Bunch of cast-offs.
And over there you have Jalen Burks, talented.
Yeah.
And Hopkins, talented.
Hopkins, Chig,
Okonkwo, young tight end, yeah.
And then Henry in the backfield.
Yeah.
And third-round rookie looking pretty good, too.
Tajay Spears. Yeah, so.
Okay, fine.
That'll lead me to Titans being my third.
Yeah, Titans.
Well, second, sorry.
I haven't finished second as well.
Yeah.
But I haven't, I just wanted to say that gap isn't as big for me as maybe it is for you. And then winning division, we both have the Jaguars.
I don't know if there's a better vibe team right now than the Jacksonville Jaguars for me. I love this team.
The Jaguars, I think, should be the most favored to win the division.
Yeah. Out of every team, yeah. They're probably...
Yeah. Maybe the Saints.
I like the head coach. I like the quarterback. They have... The defense is very good, underrated.
Yeah.
Trayvon Walker one side, Josh Allen the other side.
Yeah.
Offensive line is a little bit question mark. But I love Lawrence. I love the weapons. I love the running backs. I love the head coach to make it work. 13
Good
wins.
Vibes over there, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it over there. I think they're there. No, number one by a wide margin.
Yeah, I think so. With them, the really question is going to be don't crap the bed with the division, but we want to see you in the playoffs.
And we want to see Trevor Lawrence become one of the
Honestly,
guys.
Probably on the road in Cincinnati, Buffalo, or Kansas City.
Yeah.
That's...
I want to see him keep up with these AFC quarterbacks in the playoffs.
Right.
If he does, let's do it.
God, come on. T-Law, you got this.
I don't even know why we became such big Trevor Lawrence fans.
I like it. He's just
we're such like a guy.
I think we just feel for him for going through the urban thing.
Yeah.
We like a comeback story. Yep. We like an underdog.
Mm-hmm.
So Doug Peterson's a very likable guy.
Yeah, I love.
You have the comeback story of Calvin Ridley also happening. Not a lot of divas on that team that I know of.
They seem all. They just seem focused in.
Yeah, their stars are just kind of work hard guys.
Yeah.
Let's get over now to the final division that we'll cover here.
Hey, boy.
Over to the AFC East, the home of the Jets, Dolphins, Pats, and Bills. Now put them in order for me. Who do you have finishing last?
Patriots.
Me too. And it's not hard.
It's not hard. They're just not as talented.
No.
They're not as sexy, but they're not as talented.
Yeah.
As much as I love Belichick, not as talented.
Juju Smith-Schuster and Tyquan Thornton and...
Devontae Parker.
Didn't he retire?
No, he's on. He's still. He actually got paid.
Yeah. That is not...
Gesicki.
That's not doing it for me.
Hunter Henry.
Gesicki isn't either. I think Ramondre is really good. But I think Zeke will help.
But they can't carry a whole team. Unless Ramondre hits another level. But
can O'Brien turn this offense around? Because the defense is always... It's kind of like the Titans. Defense is always scrappy and going to have you in games.
Belichick is one of the best defensive minds in all of NFL history.
But can O'Brien turn this offense around? Can he turn Mac Jones around? Yeah. Mac Jones, this is probably his last chance to prove that he's the guy there.
He might get chipped out, or they might draft a rookie.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's I think more people are going to choose no than yes, and that's why they finished last year.
Yeah.
But obviously we're rooting for them. I hope they do. I don't like Juju Smith-Schuster because of what he said about the Eagles after.
What did he say?
Super Bowl. He just talked a lot of crap.
Talks a lot.
You go look it up.
For a guy who's had one good season, you talk a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like, people know you for being a TikToker.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Not that it's wrong being a TikToker. Just like
we're on TikTok. Go follow us at Bench Show.
You should be known for your play on the field.
Yeah.
But either way.
Move off from the Pats here. Who do you have finishing third?
You're going to hate me and we're going to argue?
Oh, no. Don't do it.
You're going to hate me and we're going to argue?
Do it, yeah. Yeah.
The New York Jets.
Why?
It's a slow start for them.
Okay, we're arguing Dolphins Jets here. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my thinking. It's a slow start for them to get good. They get good at the end. And they're about a game or two under the Dolphins. That's all on base.
So you think it's a fast start for the Dolphins?
Fast start for the Dolphins. The Jets are off to a slow start. Dolphins even out. Jets rise up. But by that time, there's already a lead. Dolphins above.
Yeah.
Jets. Not that the Jets will get it going. They will. But a new team, I need to see it. I'll do it third.
Yeah. I mean, I think they do need some time to gel.
That's the only anything to do with Rodgers or
on
talent.
offense.
Yeah.
That defense is going to be, I've said it before, the best in division right away.
I'm a big fan of Fangio, and I like the Miami defense. But
Yeah,
Jets defense is probably the best in the division.
yeah, they might be the best in the league. They're fantastic.
Yeah, pretty good.
That D line now, with the addition of Will McDonald and all the first round, second round picks they have stacked in that in that defensive line, two rotations deep.
Secondary, obviously, two corners that are probably the best
shut
in the
down
league.
guys.
Yeah.
And Robert Saleh leading it all.
But
We've seen him do it a couple
we've
times.
talked about this. This team's weakness, offensive line, like Cincinnati.
Yeah. So you watch like Hard Knocks and stuff like that, it's clear that leading this offense in the classroom and on the field is the combination of Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
So to me, that scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like they did it in Green Bay. I get it. But I don't know.
It's not like that not talented. It's just, I don't know. It's a new team. I got to see it.
Yeah.
I've seen Miami, and which lead me to number 2, Miami. I like Tua being healthy this year. I'll just take the risk on it. Tua plays 17 games. They're going to be second.
He knows how to fall now.
Yeah,
See that?
because he took karate.
He took classes in how to
He
fall.
learned how to
correctly.
balance on.
How to use his momentum to roll.
He learned how to do the thing on the boat where you stand on one leg and you switch, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Like
Was Miyagi there?
Yeah, probably was.
Perfect.
Probably was.
Yeah, perfect.
I like this team. I like Fangio. Fangio is probably my favorite coordinator hire of the whole offseason.
Is that just because he's an ex-Bronco?
No, he's good.
I think it is.
No, he's good.
He's good.
Bro, this reminds me, not that they're going to do what they did, when the Broncos got Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips, up to that point, was good. Vic Fangio is very good.
That's why you like the Dolphins, because of the Broncos connection.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Fangio wasn't a good Broncos head coach.
Yeah, but you like him as defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and part 2, yeah.
The Dolphins are very good. They're
they're
very talented.
Yeah.
Not crapping out the Dolphins. I have real questions whether or not Tua is going to play very many more years, let alone finish this season.
Okay. It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, I think the running back room is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that they've been running back hunting for the whole offseason. Wide receivers are rock solid, obviously. Offensive line?
Probably worse than the Jets.
Yeah, really bad.
They have a left tackle, which is better than any lineman at the.
Yeah.
But Armstead's hurt again. Or he's always hurt in some way.
Yeah. I don't like their defensive personnel when it comes to a pass rush, but Fangio can generate a pass rush with his scheme.
Yeah.
Maybe as good as the Jets can bring it with their talent.
Chubb, Jalen Phillips,
Yeah.
Wilkins. Those guys are very versatile and they can do different things.
Right.
Fangio will get the best out of all three.
Yeah.
And then eventually when Ramsey comes back, Ramsey, Howard,
Yeah.
Holland, Jeff Holland, their star safety. I like it.
I think Aaron Rodgers is a difference maker for me.
Okay.
I think an all-time great Hall of Fame quarterback with a chip on his shoulder, wanting to prove that he can do it one more time away from the organization that he became famous in. Sound familiar? I think there's Brady vibes here. I think
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the one drive with Garrett Wilson, and it obviously got us very excited.
There might be that team that gets hot at the end, and it's like, oh, no one can stop this team. They clicked in week 14.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to be pretty good right away.
Yeah. Well,
I think pretty good right away. I think you can get by with a lot just with Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, and not to mention Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall in the backfield. I posed this question on Twitter. What if the Jets are a top running team?
it might be. They're very good running backs.
Like sometimes when you can't pass protect, the best way to kind of mitigate those deficiencies
Run the ball.
is run the ball.
Run the ball play.
Slow down that pass rush. Run Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook right at him.
And Aaron Rodgers has historically been one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
Yeah.
I like Miami, but yeah,
Interesting.
very tough division to rank though. This is
It's gonna be
very
a
good
fun
teams.
division.
And then number one,
Go ahead.
Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills.
They've been there, done that. I don't even care if Diggs had a problem. Doesn't have a problem anymore.
He doesn't.
Trust his team. Trust that coach. Trust the quarterback. Trust
It's hard to put a finger on why they haven't been able. They just haven't won the big games.
Yeah, they face Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I think a healthy Von Miller in the playoffs.
It's crazy.
Year
They're good against Cincinnati.
Yeah,
but they're not good against Kansas City.
I think a healthy Von Miller in the playoffs this year or last year would have made a big difference, but will make a big difference if they have that top end pass rusher who can make. I feel like last year on defense they didn't have anyone who's going to make like a big time play, who was going to stop the bleeding, who was going to stand up to Patrick Mahomes, a Joe Burrow, maybe a Lamar Jackson this year or Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, they were out Hyde. They were out the other safety for a while. I'm blanking his name. Vaughn.
Oh, you forgot DeMar Hamlin's name?
No, the other one.
I'm just kidding. The Eagles drafted him.
Poyer.
The beautiful eyes. Yeah.
Poyer was out
Jordan
a couple
Poyer.
games. Obviously, Vaughn was out. Getting those guys back and getting Tre'Davious White back to he's not be what he used to be, but back.
Back, yeah.
Yeah. I like this team a lot. And the best team in the division, for sure.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen is in his prime. This is his prime Allen.
Can the Dolphins win the division?
They can.
Can the Jets win the division?
Yeah, they can, I guess, but
the Bills are the favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would put my money on the Bills.
Can the Pats win the division?
A lot has to go right, and a lot has to go wrong.
Could you imagine if the Pats win this division?
If that goes off, that happens, the Patriots will have to find this guy, be a difference maker on offense. That's the problem.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Ramondre? Ramondre has to go to another level, like Adrian Peterson level. Like
that's be insane.
That's what has to happen.
Or Devonta Parker finally now in his 7th year.
Yeah, at age 29. Yeah.
Pulls a Cordell Patterson.
Like, I got it. I figured it out now. It clicked.
Yeah, it all clicked.
Yeah, but that's
year 7.
Yeah, year 7. You know what? I got it.
I'm not sure if it's the 7th year. I just picked it.
I think he's 29 though. So
29.
Been a couple years.
Those are the AFC divisions and our picks for them. We have division winners being the Chiefs, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bills. You have the Ravens. I have the Bengals, and then both having the Jaguars to win the AFC South. Man,
tell us what you think. I want to see what people think about.
Yeah, tell us what you think. If you disagree, I feel like we're gonna hear from some Raider fans. I feel like we're going to hear from maybe some Pats fans, some Steeler fans. We'll see.
I love doing this.
Very excited.
The NFL is going to be so fun this year. AFC, the divisions I'm so happy to NFC North and the AFC East.
Yeah.
My most exciting divisions in the NFL this year.
Yeah. So excited. This means we're wrapped up with the preseason.
Yep. It's done.
We saw it. We made our picks. Next week, we're getting ready for games.
Tell them what we're doing Monday. I can't wait for Monday's show.
On Monday, we are going to pick the award winners.
Yep.
We're going to pick who our MVPs, who are defensive player, our rookies of the year, our comeback players.
Yep.
These guys, we're not going to share it before the show.
No.
Because I want to hear yours live, and I want to probably disagree with you.
Yep.
Because we probably will.
You will.
And, oh, wow.
You will.
Russell Wilson.
You will.
So, yeah, should be a good show Monday. That's all the show we have for today. Thank you so much for all of you who have supported us through this preseason.
Thank you.
As we're figuring this out. We're having a good time. And like we said last time, you're dropping in on about 25 years worth of NFL conversations. We're happy to have you, bench warmers. We will be starting that fantasy league over the weekend. I will personally do it. And we'll have our draft next week. I'll be in touch about that. I'm talking about the bench warmers inaugural and annual Fantasy Football League starting next week. We'll have our draft at some point, I promise, before Thursday. Yep. It's going to be a good time. Until then, you have a good weekend. Hey, have a good weekend, man. Enjoy that bar crawl.
You too. Travel safe.
Thank you very much.
Travel safe.
We will be back Monday. Freaking Monday.
It's game week.
Game week.
Game week. Holy hell.
Cannot wait. Join us then. Have a great weekend. Spend time with your family. It's a holiday weekend.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
That's all we got.
Later.
See ya.